Introduction. The world needs to hear your voice. In times of darkness, what has saved people, countries, and movements has been ordinary folks having the courage to speak truth to power. But our world doesn't exactly encourage dissent. From the minute we are tossed into preschool, we are told, be quiet, raise your hand if you want to speak, listen to authority always, put your head down and do your work, and never question anything you are told. Memorize information and regurgitate it back onto a piece of paper. We are told, if you follow the rules, there is a safe and clear path ahead of you. Get good grades and you'll be successful. Study hard for a bright future. But what happens when there is no future to study for? What happens when, for example, your generation is being left with a planet that is soon going to be unable to sustain human civilization because of climate change? Then, the cookie-cutter rules we are supposed to follow no longer apply. That safe and clear path of following the steps of the school system into a bright and successful future no longer works in a climate change-warped world where we are guaranteed no tomorrow. And unfortunately, all that memorizing, studying, and rule following that we got so good at won't help us save ourselves. The longer you live in a world that sees you as just another cog in the machine, the more your eyes glaze over the injustices in front of you, and the less you question. Many adults in today's society, not all of them though, and shout out to the indigenous elders who have been fighting the good fight long before I was born, have pretty much lost their will to question and rebel, or their energy is drained from doing so their entire life. So don't get me wrong. Our elders have lots of wisdom and experience to share with us, and to make changes in the world, our movements must be intergenerational. We cannot pit generations against each other or forget the decades of hard change-making work that came before us. Erasing the work of our ancestors is extremely disrespectful and harmful to our own work because we are shutting ourselves off from the knowledge of the past. We, the youth, are standing on the shoulders of the changemakers before us, and we must always acknowledge and respect that. Still, a lot of the action adults in power are currently taking to combat the biggest issues our generation is facing, like climate change, operates according to the same oppressive logic and methods that created the issues in the first place. But young people, we are yet to be broken and burned out. We are still closer than adults to that part of ourselves that is full of questions, challenges, and a refusal to accept the state of the world around us. We have fresh energy, insight, and a unique power to create change in our world. What we get in trouble most for at school is usually questioning the rules. But questioning the rules may actually be where our greatest power lies. People often joke that young people are always on the right side of history, but I believe it is a full truth, not just a witty joke. History has proved that we are always on the right side of history, over and over again. Who helped Martin Luther King Jr. win crucial civil rights battles when he was in jail and beginning to lose hope? Youth. The Children's March in Birmingham, Alabama in the 1960s changed the game in the civil rights movement and led to the end of segregation. Who started the revolutionary #No Dakota Access Pipeline movement to try to stop the Dakota Access Pipeline? Youth. The indigenous youth of the Standing Rock Sioux Reservation went against the orders of their elders and started a movement that forever changed how we fight the fossil fuel industry and united Native communities like never before. The voices of young people are so powerful because we have the moral high ground on pretty much every issue you can name. We didn't create any of the systems of oppression that hold us and our world down. They were thrust upon us at birth, whether we liked it or not. We have no hidden agenda. Youth have nothing selfish to gain from our activism. There's hardly any monetary reward for being an activist, and any fame that comes along with it is rare and usually meager and fleeting. Youth don't speak out of a corruptive motive. We speak truth to power because we genuinely want change and to create a better world. And this is why the voices of youth are so pure and powerful, and why they always have been and why they always will be. Young people, despite our society conditioning us to follow the rules blindly, still have that knack for seeing.